Welcome, my Phoenix family. June is PTSD Awareness Month. PTSD stands for Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. I have PTSD from the accident that eventually caused me to lose my leg. If you haven't heard how this happened, there's a link in the description down below where you can check out my full story. Today, as a PTSD survivor, I'd like to offer hope and companionship through this video. PTSD was first discovered to be in soldiers of war. However, now it is discovered that PTSD can also stem from traumatic events and trauma, and it is not just for soldiers of war. And that's what PTSD Awareness Month is all about. PTSD happens when the brain gets stuck in a state of constant flight or fight. And it gets stuck in this state of constant flight or fight or high alert, and then it is very easy for things to trigger a PTSD response. If you would like to learn more about PTSD, you can check out the video in the link down below. A PTSD trigger could be anything from sights, touch, smell, taste. Any of those 5 senses can be what is considered to be a PTSD trigger. Now, it's hard because the triggers can be in the world all around us, and it's hard to always know what those are if you're not the person that has PTSD. So if you're caring for a loved one, it's important to ask them what things might trigger their PTSD. And it's important to be understanding and try to let them open up to you. There is hope for PTSD survivors. I myself go to therapy every week with a professional therapist that is trained in EMDR. EMDR is a great way to help process trauma from PTSD. Things like art therapy are also helpful when processing trauma from PTSD. I really enjoy adult coloring books, especially ones that have a religious tone, because I am a religious person and I like to ponder on scriptures and uplifting quotes, and I even have a lot of colored pencils to do that with. Having a weighted blanket to sleep with can be something helpful to help you sleep with PTSD. It's often difficult for patients with PTSD to sleep because they can have what are called night terrors, and night terrors are kind of like a PTSD flashback but in your sleep, and you feel like that event is happening to you all over again. And so it's very important to have things that help you to stay grounded and calm in the event of those triggers. One of the most important things to remember if you have PTSD or if you're caring for a loved one with PTSD, it's important to remember that you're not alone in the journey, that there are people who have PTSD like myself, and there's many other people who will care for you and love you, and there's also many other people who are caregivers to someone with PTSD, so remember that you're not alone and don't be afraid to reach out for help. As hard as it may get, you can get through this. And I know that you can get through this because I know that you have a good track record of getting through hard things, and you have a 100% track record of getting through hard things so far. So I know that you can do this. The biggest help for myself when it comes to PTSD is remembering that Jesus does feel everything that I have felt, and he understands perfectly how PTSD works and how it feels and how utterly alone it can feel when you get stuck in those PTSD triggers and when you get stuck in those flashbacks. It can be very distressing. However, he knows what I'm feeling, and he is able to comfort me in such a personal way, and that is because he has felt what PTSD is like himself. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and watch this video. It means a lot to me as the creator that you take time out of your busy schedule to spend it with me. and it means a lot that you're helping me to boost my watch hours because that is the last step towards being able to monetize my videos. While I don't plan to monetize every video, I do plan to monetize some of them, and being able to monetize some of them will enable me to keep making videos like this one. Because of the spiritual nature of my story, that is why I plan to only monetize some videos and not all of them. If you would like to see another One-Footed Phoenix video all about mental health, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you! Bye!